Hi there guys, this is Cassandra. I'm a Riffle in Time and I'm so glad you're here. Today we are doing the top 10 tarot decks of 2025. This is the re-record. I had a feeling I was going to have to. I mentioned in my Oracle video, I'm not sure which one you'll see first now, maybe the Oracle one, but it's okay because now you get to see it in order. There's less sweating and panicking at the disco. I know what's going on, so if you don't know, I did not have the decks in order and I had a hard time deciding, and it was not it. But it's okay. I'm feeling confident about my choices. Also, I really actually love doing these videos, not because I love ranking the decks, not because like I want to say a deck's better, but I love it because I take this seriously. I like tally up my uses. Like I look at all my photographs, all my journal entries, and I really try to like which decks did I use more? And I think about it, and it's like really cool to see year after year where I'm at. Like it's really reflective for me. I love it. I love this part for that reason. I don't think that the like top 10 decks is like which decks are better than the other. It's really just like which decks I used the most, connected the most with, what were their purposes. It just feels really cool to kind of like reflect and look at. There are going to be a couple of decks that you don't see here, you probably expect to see here. Remember, quite a few of my decks are tarot oracles, and when I was doing the tallying, I really made note of, am I using this as a tarot or oracle in this situation, and I put them where they go accordingly. So that I try to be mindful. And if you watched my winter edit, I am including the out of print decks. I always have, and I love to, but I've had some comments over the years that made me feel a little bad about showing them, feeling a little guilty. But I'm glad to know most of my community, at least everyone who responded, it was a resounding yes, please show them. And so that's good. I only have 2 decks anyways in this, maybe 3, that are out of print, and one of them is about to be back in print. It's actually coming out mass market, so that's exciting. One of them, unfortunately, is forever out of print and is quite the unicorn deck usually. But it's okay because I love it. And I spent many years being the person admiring it from a distance. Let's get in. It's like 3 minutes into the video and I haven't even started showing any decks yet. Okay, so I try to always help myself out in making these decisions. So one of the ways that I did this was my number 10 spot is just the deck out of all of these that I have had the least amount of time. With how much variety of decks I use this year, it was the decks this year was crazy. I've never used such a variety of decks. I was so proud of myself. I really used my collection this year in a way that I never have. So a lot of these decks are a couple like readings away. So I really did have to be like, how am I going to put these in order? So the one I've had the least amount of time, but I've been very obsessed with this year, is the Discovering Beauty Tarot. I have been talking about this quite a bit lately. It's actually one I've been pairing up with one of the decks you'll see in my Oracle video. Spoilers. I have both the full-size edition and the mini, and I want to show you both because they're very different. Well, I want to take that back. Not very different, but they are different, like starkly different. They're the same card art, but oh gosh, I don't know if my hand can do this. Why am I holding it like that? The borders are completely different and it gives it a very different vibe. I've actually had a deck kind of like this before. There was like a black and white version and they did read very differently for me. And I found that I usually feel differently about the readings depending on which one I'm using. I pair decks differently, and this mini is quite mini, and I'm quite obsessed. I was thinking about decluttering one because I really am trying not to have 2 of the same deck in my collection. Oh my gosh, I love this card. This is one of my favorites. I am gonna say I don't know if I can do it though, because I've really loved both of these in a very different way. Oh, that did not focus well. Let's see. here. Where can I get you? Ooh, that's good. Oh my gosh. There is a perfect example actually. Where is the one? Is it the Chariot maybe? Oh my gosh. Hold on, we're gonna pause for this. I love the artwork in this deck. I'm I don't know the names for anything. You know this. You've met the tower. I'm like interrupting myself. I don't need anyone else to interrupt because here's a good example. I love how in the white it'll cut into the images sometimes for like the naming. And I think that's really cool. Here is the card that you see on the front, a little bit of a variation. I think that's super cool. I remember pulling this card and I was like, oh my gosh, mermaid fantasy. What am I even talking about anymore? I just love it. I love it. I don't know. You don't come here for probably, I mean, I don't think anyone comes here for my wisdom. We come to share in joy, and this is joy. This deck gives me lots of joy. I cannot find the card I'm looking for. It's going to be at the bottom, isn't it? Oh, beautiful day. Beautiful day. I think it's the Chariot too. Come on, girl. Work with me here. Yes. I love how it cuts in. Nope. I love how it cuts in to and like the name is outside. There's a couple cards like that, but the Chariot is the one that was standing out to me the most in my head. And wow, just this jimble jamble. You thought that this was going to make more sense and this was going to be more organized? Probably not, actually, because it's me and just I don't remember what I even said in the last video. I'm just really I just say things in the moment. Who knows? I love them both though. Very different experiences, it feels like a lot of times. Oh no, I forgot. Actually, we're going to take a pause. So that was number 10. I am going to show you a deck though. I just realized I did this in my first recording and I did this in my Oracle video. I want to show you the deck that was not included in the top 10 because I got it pretty late in the game of the year. And I don't include those, but it's the deck I'm most excited for next year. And I thought that was a way that I could mention. I won't flip through it, but I do want to mention that I am very excited for the Cacio Pepe. I love a food deck, and I really love this. I do want to. I'm just going to take 1 minute. 1 minute for the guidebook. Oh my gosh, I love a big guidebook. I love that. I love a box set. I love a full-size guidebook. I love food. I love the readings I've had with it, and I'm very excited for it next year. Okay, moving on to number 9. This is the collage deck who has stole my heart. I really think this has become my favorite collage deck. I know that's a big statements are happening in this place. This is the Scarabendalia. I really just love it. I actually used this a couple times in my like little challenge. I was doing like art and I was having a creative practice based off my card pull. And so sometimes I would do art, whether it was digital collage, drawing, sometimes I would write a poem. And I used this quite a few times this year in that. And also, I just really love it. I think I ended up actually finding this deck through Lisa. I think Lisa had a video on it, and I really just, are you seeing this, Lola? I just think it's gorgeous. I'm really excited too because I just recently saw someone share. I can't remember who it is right now. Is it Jay? I don't know. Share this with, I think it was Death Doula. Was it Death Doula? I think it was Death Doula. And I was like, I remember being like, I wrote it down actually somewhere. I was like, I need to pair these. But yeah, I need to go back. I have a little like note from the creator about the choices for the cards. And I thought that was like really cool information to know. I'm going to see if I can find it and I'll share it below. I thought it was really cool, like why like horses were chosen, like why was this chosen this. And it also has 3 different lovers cards. I set those aside to show them. 4 actually, lied. 4 different lovers cards. And I love this. I put them all in. I wanted to show you that because I think that's so cool. I think it's just such a well thought out deck. And I love that. I love that. So that is number 9. Number 8, I think, yeah. Number 8 was my other food deck. This is the Magic Pantry Tarot. You know, I love Cedar. You know, I love their decks. This is the creator who does the Numinous Tarot, Threadbound Oracle. You know the vibe. Their guidebooks are always so well written. I love their perspective, their use of words, and I love food. So this is like the best of all worlds for me because I'm getting Cedar's art style, which I love. Oh yeah, I set this aside too because I actually dug this out in the last video because I wanted to show you there's 2 different options for the Fool, and I think that's just so considerate. But I really love Cedar's art, and this is like a Cedar's art food deck. Everything I love about all those things put together, and I just do I need 2 food decks? Absolutely. They're very different. They feel different. This one I was really loving during the spring and summer because this picnic print and the food theme, it just felt so, I almost said juicy, like tasty, delicious. I don't know. I have a sticker of this actually somewhere, and I see it, and every time I see it, I was like, oh, I got to pull from this deck. But yeah, I really love the choices. I can't say enough about Cedar. So you know me, I've been a fan for a long time, and this is it feels like I have one deck from a creator that I'm always like really obsessed with. So I'll like cycle sometimes. And this has definitely taken over, which is a big statement because I've been using Numinous for years, and to shake up my spot is hard. What was next? I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't remember. Blood Moon is next. Now, this is the deck that is currently, like, this is the indie version. So this is currently out of print. It is coming mass market. I should be actually getting them soon. Maybe January latest, I think, is the plan. And I have them, I think Sam chose US games, if I'm remembering correctly. It's hard to keep up sometimes. I have the indie edition. I actually have the deluxe indie edition too. I was really lucky and I got both of the copies though for the price of it. Like I didn't get them the out of print price. I just like normal bought these. So I was very lucky in that. Take a moment. Some of my favorite backs in the game. Oh, yes, I do have handy. I even the full art book. I love this book. Oh my gosh, can you imagine just like having this out to show people? You need this as a table book. But I really love having, it's like bigger, the art is bigger than the card. So I am like up in this. I adore it. Sam is one of my favorite artists. So I also used this during the challenge. This was actually the card. That's so funny. This was the card I wrote a little poem about. And you know, I've read a poem for you before. Actually, the Fool poem. This deck always gets me like creatively excited. And I think there's something really special about the Sun card. But 2, this is my favorite Fool. Back to what I was saying though. 3, I think there's something really special about when someone's art inspires you to create. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that some sort of magic in itself? And I love this like dark fantasy world. That reminds me of Sam a lot. I just really love this deck. I think it's magic. Ugh. And every time I see it, I'm just, oh my gosh, this is another one. I just love this. Wow. There is an Oracle deck in the works. I'm very excited to see how it ends up, you know? because I am part of their Patreon, I get to see like art as it comes out, but I really can't wait to see the whole thing like done and have it in my hands. I'm very excited. So the blood moon is a love of mine. We all know this, but I think I quote in a video at one point that you'll have to pry blood moon from my cold dead hands, and I mean it. I mean it. Next up is the Lifur Tarot. You guys know I've been quite smitten with this. This is like a comeback story one. I had the first edition when it first came out, and I feel like I was still in the place where I would like pass along a deck too early, honestly. But I did have a little trouble reading with this, and I believe the first edition didn't have this guidebook. And so I remember just having a little hard time connecting with it at first, but I ended up really missing it when it was gone. And I actually ended up backing the second edition Kickstarter, I believe. I think this is the second edition. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I have it back because I have used it a ton. I now like have this little connection with it. It gives me this little like Aries Gemini vibe, probably because it reminds me of a couple a couple friends. But it gives me like this, I don't know, and I really have been loving it. We've found a whole new space, and I think I actually even did my birthday pull with this deck, which says a lot because I always take a special like deck for my birthday card pull, and I love it. I'm so glad that we figured out who we were together. I always love the art in these backs. Every year, these are my favorite backs. I can't help it. I just like when I think of my favorite card backs, I think of these. Also a big lover of Reclaim, so I obviously really love the art style. Just magic. Also, there's an Oracle deck coming, I think, or wait, was it Tarot? There's another deck coming in the collection there, and I'm very, very, very excited to see it. It's next up. I have my eyes ahead on a few decks, and I got love hearts instead of eyeballs, I think. Next up is the Gentle Tarot. I love the Gentle Tarot. You know I do. Favorite guidebook of all time. The linen edition is probably my most used edition, though I have been using the 10 a lot because I like to pair it up with Extraordinary Incantations, and the size is just perfect. But I'm very excited now because I have my friend Fire, and it's in linen, and they're going to be so cute together. I'm so excited. This is just such a loving, supportive, feel-good deck. It is the Gentle Tarot, the Discovering Beauty Tarot, the Embodied Ecosystems, they all have this really juicy, feel-good vibe. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but they just have such a pure energy to them. And I really, just all together. And again, I don't care if aesthetically that does not make sense to anyone else. They're energetically just so lovely together. Yeah. I love the Magician, actually. I think this deck is like the perfect deck, especially with the full-size guidebook. The perfect deck the reason you're working with tarot is like a more kind of like healing, emotional, like intentional practice in that way. Like I wish I had the right words to say, but I hope you know what I hope it's translating that this is like a deck I really use for like just emotional, like if I need like to be working on my perspective, if I need to be working through some like deep stuff. This is just such a loving deck. It's like I don't want to say exactly self-care, but maybe, I don't know. It has a very certain energy, and it's probably Mari. It's probably that you can feel Mari in the deck. I really do. I have a lot of decks where I feel like I can feel the creator in their decks. And that's most of these, the top 10s are my top 10s because I really feel the energy of the person who made them in it. And I just think that's magic. Next up, the Journey Tarot. I used this a ton this year. Actually, these next 4 are for sure tallied up the most used decks of the year. This was like not a, once you get into this range here, it's really not, you can't argue it. The facts are facts. But I think the artwork is just, wow. It's such a production. It's actually currently, it might be still in between printings. I know that, I'm trying to remember the name. A fellow tarot shop is taking over the next printing, I think, and doing. I really love. They do help creators like print their decks sometimes. It's just really I know that like technically I probably should feel like competitive against other tarot shops, but I am always rooting for my fellow tarot shop love and my lovers of tarot people out here. I'm just a loving person. So I just really think if you're doing something, if you have like the intentions I do and like you want to share these decks because you love to share like other people's work, like you're in that way, I'm singing for you, I'm rooting for you, I love you. So is that the name? I hate not knowing the names. Names are my worst thing. I will know a person, I will speak to them, I'll look them in the face, and I have to really be like, the name of this person. Unless like we're besties. Names escape me sometimes. Anyways, the Journey Tarot. Just got off on a tangent. I told you this was going to make more sense. It was going to be, but it's not. This video is crazy. If you haven't noticed a theme, the Sun card is the first card I've been showing. My photo for the decks, I picked the Sun card from every deck to be the top photo because it's my Sun year. So if you were wondering why this is happening. And then I had the Fool at first. So you get to see the Sun and the Fool from every deck, and it's kind of cool, right? But obviously I have like this like fantasy world love. I feel like that's pretty obvious. But I just think it is a quite I don't want to just say magical, but I can't help it. My favorite decks have just like magic singing out of them. I really love the artwork. It's just so stunning to me. I think I just, I really just, I wish you could be closer. I wish my camera's better. I'm working on it. I have an iPhone like 13, I think, 12. I don't know. It's rough out here. It's rough out here. But this deck is beautiful. I've been really enjoying mixing. I have this in Botan. I'll do like I actually I would say that's probably my favorite pairing with this is Botan. I don't know. There's something about them that's like this version. There are actually 2 versions of this deck. There's like a misprint version, and the only difference is that it's like more contrasted. This is like softer vibes. I thought about getting the misprints in though because there's nothing wrong with them. Again, they're just not as soft and like pastel-y, but they're beautiful, and they come in a bag instead of the box, and they're like half the price. And I love to be able to offer a deck like this at that price point. So I might actually order those today. But I really love that. I think, you know me, I love to repurpose things anyways. But the soft version is really good with the Botan because, we'll just bring the next three out. It's really good with the Botan because it's like softness and softness, fantasy and fantasy. It feels really good together. Oh no. Next up is Spolia. Now the the 3 and 2. I'm cheating here, but I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. The 3 and 2 were my top pairs of the year. I used them so much. I did end up using Botan more than Spolia because I was pairing it with things like the Journey. I got Spolia as, actually, this was a gift from the shop to me. I do not take money from the shop. I don't pay myself yet. I did though give myself a gift, which was, I saw this at actually one of the most reasonable prices I've seen in a long time, and I finally bought it. I've been gushing and loving and watching from afar and hoping and manifesting, and I've been calling this deck in, and it came to me, and I'm just very excited. This was one of the first, this is actually how I found out about out of print decks. Was this deck. It was so sad. There's something about it that's really cool. I actually really love the guidebook. It feels very different a lot of times than like the perspective is, but I love the wording. It has such a voice. This deck has a very unique voice, and I just really love it. I really love it. And it pairs so well for me with Botan. They read so good to me, and I feel like I always come out the other end with just a different perspective. Again, there's something about this deck that feels like a different perspective. And I think it's Gorgina. And I was really excited that I just think there's certain cards that I remember seeing over time. Where's the Empress? I remember seeing them over time, and they were like cards that I really had me lusting. Oh, here's the High Priestess. This is also beautiful. I'm sad that this is out of print. Honestly, I really am. I wish it wasn't, but from what I understand, it is forever out of print. It's never coming back for any reason. I hate to hear that. Now, the Botan, which is the next deck, is one that was out of print. I was lusting over. I really wanted it real bad. And I ended up doing the research and saw that it was going to be coming back in print. And I waited and I waited, and I was actually really special because I got to be a part of the reprint, and I got to distribute a large portion of the reprint because oh, blessed be, she had just so many people who wanted this. So I was wholesaling and like helping get out the orders for this deck because it's so good and everybody knows it and everybody wanted it. It's magic. I mean, obviously these decks are from my favorite artist. Does that, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds so silly to say it, but I just like, these are creators. A lot of them are people like I loved their artwork, and then I got their deck because it's having a collection. And I say this to people all the time. I'm like, even if you didn't do tarot, wouldn't you want a collection of 78 pieces of your favorite artist's art? Like handheld collection of their art. Wow. Isn't that just magic? And why wouldn't you want 78 pieces of this? This is gorgeous. I really reads like a dream, loves me. We have a sweet love. I'm very excited. I love to use this in the winter and in the spring. So it's like my transition period to being really back to it with Botan, and I normally am trying to not favorite decks and like my gold variety, but Botan's one of those ones. My top decks are just, these are the decks that I can't help it. I have to use it a lot, and I just, wow. I remember I did a video on the Botan actually. And when I did the video, I didn't know that there was a oh, I forget the name of the thing. It's like a little book of, like a digital book of the cards and like kind of the stories behind the cards. And that was literally the only thing I could say about the deck. Is like, I wish there was more about the card choices, and there's a whole thing for it. So everything it is beautiful, and I love it. And my babies. Get on in there. And number one, I don't think this is a surprise, but maybe it is. This has been a year where I've just needed love and support, and there is no deck that loves me and supports me better. I made a really big claim the first time I recorded this, and I got really emotional. I was like crying. Oh, I'm so funny. Gosh, stop it. I just feel very emotional about it. I've been asked probably a million times what my favorite deck is. What is like the one deck I couldn't live without? Like, if I could only have one, it's like, if there's a fire, which one I'd grab? Probably this one. And that is a big statement for someone like me. At least this version of me, who I am now, I just can't imagine not having this deck. It's so it's so sweet. It is just let's feel so emotional about it. It's actually lived on my altar for much of the year, and one of the things I love to do is I will literally like kneel in front of my altar and pull my card for the day, and I just have a moment with it, and it feels like love. It feels like what prayer should be. It feels like connection to my heart, my soul, the universe. It feels like the connection to earth and time and space. I don't know. I just deeply feel this deck in my body. And again, the energy of the creator. I love this human. I just really think I really think it's special. And again, maybe it's you don't feel like walking barefoot through a forest when you use it, but that's how I feel. I've said that a lot. That is the most accurate feeling. It's like one of my favorite things to do is put my bare feet on the ground. And like there's something so grounding about it. Literally. And this deck feels like that. It feels like being in the middle of like the quiet woods, and like what you hear is nature, what you feel is nature. It's just this I don't think anyone could deny that this is my number one, because I literally feel like cry talking about it. Also, this guidebook, or like the little pamphlet, I really love like the choice of like little kind of affirmations with it. It's one of those things, is like when I'm pulling this card, I read it, and it's a mantra, it's an affirmation. I say it 3 times in front of like it's actually, I'm sharing a very this is private, personal, but it's fine. My altar is on this little end table in front of this mirror, and I pull the card. I'm kneeling down and pull the card, and I say it 3 times to myself in the mirror, and magic, magic. I love you. I do. I just love it. Well, I was gonna say something. There's also, we're gonna take the extra time. Always love this art, and I wish I had all the things here with me. I have a print over there that I really love. Oh, I might have to go grab it. There is a full-size guidebook. It's funny. I actually had Virtue is one of my favorite cards in this. I struggle with the Hierophant, however you pronounce it. I've heard it so many different ways. Who knows? But I struggle with that card in this deck. I don't struggle. It feels very different. It feels very beautiful. I love the reframe. I also have a bookmark. I just love it so much. The majors have like poems and things, and then the minors are small like extensions of the just I am not somebody who likes to write in books. I have a separate journal for this guy. Like I just love. I'm gonna go get my print because I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It sits on my dresser. I just think it's so beautiful. Oh. This is just me half crying the whole I want this, but just like bigger on my wall. She's beautiful. And this is how I feel. I think this is why I love this print so much. This is how I feel about the deck. I feel like I'm lying on like skin on the ground. It's growing through me. Okay. Okay, that's it, guys. If you haven't seen the Oracle video yet, it's coming. If it's already out, I hope you loved it. I'm going to probably be doing a top pairings video. Usually do that. I usually do 5 of those instead of 10 because that feels crazy. It's 2 times 5 is 10. So yeah.